Hey guys, Andy here. Interesting head-to-head today for HTC One M8 versus the Samsung Galaxy S5. Without further ado, I'm going to kick straight off with the Angry Birds opening test. The HTC One M8 has the lead. We'll do once more just to be sure to get a clarification. Yeah, it does look like the HTC One M8. It's interesting, there's S5 lost to the Z2 as well in this particular test, but then when we move on to the benchmark tests, we need to start fresh. Moving to the benchmarks, the S5 does much better. As usual, I won't make you watch them. I will come back at the end with the result. Right, I have to admit I'm a little bit confused. The Galaxy S5 scored much higher than that about an hour ago. I've run the test again, it's scored exactly the same, so I'm not sure what's happened. I don't know if it's getting warm and it's been thrown. It doesn't feel, it's a little warm, but maybe that's it. So I mean, we have to give that to the HTC One M8, but please bear in mind, I'm very confused by that score. Look at the S5 versus the Z2 comparison I did. It scored basically pretty much what we're seeing over here. So a little confused by that, quite odd. And like I say, I won't lie, I've run it twice and it's just come out with the exact same result. So a little weird. But let's see what Antutu tells us. Test again. Test again. Again, I'll come back for the results at the end. So Antutu's finished. The Galaxy S5 does win this one, only just kind of 900 or so points, but in previous tests it had been up here, and even this one, look, the HTC One M8, it says should be up here and is down there, but this is consistent with previous tests that I've run with the HTC One M8, whereas this was 36, 37 I think, maybe, I forget, in previous tests. So maybe it's just getting a bit hot, and they're not doing quite so well. Anyway, that is the result it's giving. So we're going to take that and we're going to move on. We're going to move on to the GPS test. I shall move over to the window to do this though. So I'm going to reset them both, and then I'm going to come back on them both. Internal GPS state cleared. We're going to go in and see which locks quicker. The HTC One M8 hasn't been too good in other tests. The S5 looks like it's leading the way. It recognises 24 satellites is fixed on 4 of them, whereas the HTC One M8 just sees 3, although it locks to 3. So there we go, the S5 has a lock. I would say, as I always do, I am indoors. I would almost guarantee you'll have no problems on all outdoors. They'll lock within a matter of seconds probably. Do we bother? I don't think we'll bother waiting to see the HTC One M8. I can guarantee you it will lock and it will work fine outside. But the Galaxy S5 wins this test. Right, we'll move on to the speaker test. I think the HTC One M8 will be a hot favourite with its stereo speakers, stereo front facing speakers.
Yeah. Yo.
Double check.
Yo. Let me just kill this right now quickly. Super trippy, riding through the gritty inner city. Let me just kill this right now quickly. Super trippy, riding through the gritty inner city. Run with the.
The S5 makes a reasonable attempt at some bass, but
you roll with the committee, handle your business or handle the pity. All I see is rice and titties and a bunch of hip.
But that's really not bad from the HTC.
Handle your business or handle the pity. All I see is rice and titties and a bunch of hippie chicks. They're spreading to show me tricks. They're doing this. Wind in my face, chilling in Versace shit.
Definitely the HTC One M8 wins that. Very good sound, very good speakers, good volume. We'll just try the spoken word as well.
Like the HTC Press Memo Workers is really meh. as well. At Mobile Congress, alongside like the HTC press event at Mobile Congress was really meh, but it had two announcements. One with the Desire 816, which is their mid-range large. One with the Desire 816, which is their mid-range large screen.
I think that just confirms it, doesn't it? I mean, it is great sound from the HTC One M8. Not quite as loud as my Note 3, but still very loud, very good, very rounded, good bass, all round, very good. Finally, the Chrome browser test. It's just stock Chrome. I didn't mention these are both running stock unrooted, like original ROMs basically. So I've cleared browsing data. We're going to come back out. We're going to do new tab. BBC. We're going to start with BBC. The HTC One M8 I think snuck in just there. So look at they're both very smooth. They both look very good, I think. Slightly whiter whites over here on the left, perhaps, maybe. Anyway. Engadget next. Engage, that should do the trick. Engage. HTC One M8 again. I know they're not properly finished loading. I think we'll see that, but they're both operational at this point. Well, just a little bit laggy. Still loading over here. This is done. There we go. And finally, we'll go to NFL.com. The HTC One M8. Yep, there's the video. Rex Ryan. I assume explaining about the fish he caught, perhaps. That's the safe for work explanation of it, anyway. So there we go. The HTC One M8 won the browser test. So, you know, I know a lot of you will think that's not been a very scientific bunch of tests that I've run, but you know, I just throw you some information. You take from it what you will. Let me know in the comments which you believe is the better phone, which you believe is faster, smoother, and maybe why as well. Give us a bit of evidence to back it up. My name's Andy. I'll catch you all again soon.